that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with THFCRants. We have hit the 2K. 2K. Finally, it only took a year. What's wrong with you people? I'm just kidding. For people that don't know, we started this channel back in March of last year. So, yeah, we hit 1K in about 10 weeks. And then it's taken us since then to hit 2K. But we're still pumping along. Oh, yeah. And we have, to be fair, since moving to Atlanta almost a year ago, we've only been doing about one show a week. So sometimes twice a week when there is a match. And the only shows that we've been doing have been evening time, late time in the United States of America. So we haven't been doing many daytime shows like this for me. Which is unique. It's been a long time since I've done a show around this time, but we're doing it today because I promised that when we hit 2K, we'll be doing a giveaway. So today, we will be giving away live on stream the Elgato FaceCam Premium Full HD webcam. I'm telling you right now, folks, this is probably the best webcam just for like regular webcams, not like, you know, like a mirrorless camera, but just for a webcam, the best webcam that you can get right now as far as quality is concerned. If you're curious what it looks like in the full screen 1080 HD, it looks like this. So this is what this camera looks like here. This is the Elgato. So yeah, it's you know, it's not my regular camera, you know. This is my the two difference here. So this is my camera that I normally use for my streams, and this is the Elgato. But for the price, as you can see down there, $165 US. It's about as good as you're gonna get. Right, whereas this one here, my main camera here on stream, costs about $1,300 US. So is this, you know, $1,200 better quality? I don't know. It's kind of like you got a limited gain on returns, right? But for 165 bucks, if you're looking to start streaming or doing what you're doing, make sure that you join the giveaway. And you're going to ask me, Will, how do you join the giveaway? Well, you can join the giveaway by commenting #rants2k. Just type that into the comments and you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. So you can start doing that now. Later on in the show, we will be doing that giveaway. So I'm going to leave this code down here for most of the show. And, but make sure you put that in the comments now. Get to commenting now. #rants2k if you want to win the webcam. If you want to do that, make sure you type that in there. And it should automatically enter you into that drawing. You got to put it in exactly like you see it there. Hashtag rants2k. We got 4 entries right now. You can't just put in 2k. You got to put in hashtag rants2k. All capital letters, I do believe. So go ahead and enter that in there, and you can win the Elgato FaceCam. I'm not sponsored by Elgato, but boy, do I love their products. I've got a ton of them. All of my lights are Elgato. Elgato Stream Decks. You know, the Elgato camera here. And we'll be giving that away today as a thank you to you, giving back to the people that helped support the channel over the last year and a half, I guess it would be. So thank you guys very much at home for all of your support over the past year, and hope that we can bust up and get to 4, 5, 6, 10k real quick. And the only way that we can do that is if you guys who are watching the stream go ahead and hit that like button right now. Smash that like button and share the video out. Let people know that we are live. Tempest Fidget says too shy for the camera. It'll probably cost you $165 to post it. If that's the case, if you do live over in the UK and it costs me a lot, I'll just order it on Amazon and ship it to you, and then they'll just ship it from there. So that would be the way that I don't spend $165 on posts. But no, to the UK, for me to send this one here, new inbox, it should only be, I don't know, $20. And I get really good shipping discounts because I actually own a business, so I'm not too worried about that. But make sure you folks, make sure you hit that like. After the cam giveaway, do one. Do one what? Like do one or do a different giveaway? Bit confused there, but thank you up Samuel Jerome for your membership, and I appreciate that. I got some members in here that need to be made mods. Samuel is one. Add moderator for Samuel. Do a 10 Gita giveaway next? I hope so. Jason Groves needs to be made a mod. Add moderator for that. Who else is in the chat? Wayne Bonner needs to be made a mod. Add moderator. If you do want to become a moderator or help support the channel, make sure you get your memberships in, and I will make you a mod. You just hit that join button down below. Memberships for the channel start at 99 cents. That's it, 99 cents a month. So if you want to become a member, we are going to start rolling out next week, as promised, the members only shows. So the only way that you can watch that show is if you are a member and or a Patreon member. They will have both of those. So make sure you get a membership if you want to continue to join those shows. But if you do want to join the membership right now, we've only got 13 entries right now for the camera. So make sure you put it into the comments exactly like you see here. Hashtag rants2k in the comments section, all capital letters. That's the only way that the computer picks it up. And so how do people know what we're doing here? We're going to be doing this here in the giveaway tool. So this is what it looks like here. And when we actually do the giveaway, we will hit that draw button right there, and it'll magically randomly pick a winner out of the chat. So make sure you put it in hashtag rants2k if you want to enter to join. There's 41 of you watching right now, 41 of you watching right now, and only 13 entries in for the cam. If you're watching and you're not, and you don't want the camera, what are you doing here? I appreciate it, but make sure you enter that as well. So we'll be doing that later on in the show. Also, too, for people that don't know, you can head over to THFCRants.com and pick up yourself some merch. We got a really cool sun shirt that there's right now and a bunch of stuff with this logo on it. Slippers, slides, cups, mugs, shirts, hats, all kinds of crazy stuff. So head over to THFCRants.com and check that out as well. But let's start bringing in some folks in the back. If you do want to join the stream, the link is pinned to the top. We will be bringing people in to the show. Bob Spur says hashtag pants too wet. You can also, Bob, don't feel okay. Bob's already got his in there. Rants 2K. If you're, doesn't matter who you are, because this is a random generator, so there's no bias here. So whether you're Bob or Iggy or anybody, make sure you put in hashtag Rants 2K to enter into that stuff. It says, love you, Will, but for those watching on a ZX81, we'll giving away a webcam away. That's right. What is for those watching on ZX81? What's that, DB? But yeah, invite your friends. Tell people here. There's 53 people watching now. Let them know. Tweet it out. Hit that share button. Tweet it out. Let people know that we're live. Anybody who is a subscriber to the channel can enter in to the drawing for the show. Okay, so if you're a subscriber, only subscribers can enter because the chat is set to subscribers mode only. But if you subscribe right now, you can put that in the comments. So make sure you do that. We got 19 entries now. Like I said before, let's start bringing some guests into the show. The link is pinned to the top if you want to join. Right now, we got one friend sitting in the back waiting. So let's go ahead and bring him in all the way. Long time. It's been a long time since he's been on the show, but we're glad to have him back. It's late night where he's at. All the way from Malaysia, Eugene from Persuasion TV.
I will.
What's going on, Mr. Eugene?
Just came in for the cam. Bye.
Hey, you didn't have to join the show to get the camera, but I appreciate it.
Will, we've been with you since the beginning, right?
That's right, man.
Yeah, since the beginning. Long history. And you brought me this name, right?
That's right.
Persuasion TV. Yeah, Persuasion TV was conceived on WillTHFCRants.
That's true.
That's true. But it's good to see you, and of course, you have not done a show at this time. More or less, it's about 1:15 a.m. in Malaysia now.
I think it's been like a year since I've done a show at this time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Right? But I'm always on your late night shows, right? Driving to work. So this is one of the chances that I get to be sitting in my room and having a chat with you. It's been
good.
a long time. Yeah.
We've got another friend to bring in who just popped into the back, so we're gonna bring him in as well. I think he might be first or second time caller into the show, but he's a huge supporter. No matter where I go, where I'm streaming, this guy's always there in the chat, bigging up the THFC rants. Longtime friend of the show, Mark Swift is in the house. What's going on, Mr. Mark Swift?
No, thanks, mate. I'm pretty good. How are you, sir?
Doing good, mate. Doing good.
No, thanks for that introduction. As if anyone actually knows who the hell I am, but thanks, mate. I'll take it.
Everybody knows who Mark Swift is. Come on down.
Yeah,
Don't sell yourself short.
You make me sound like a stalker. I'm following you around.
No, a good stalker. Right? Yeah. It's a good stalker. That's
a good stalker never gets caught, Will. Remember that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Yeah.
Never gets found out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. How you doing, Mark? Haven't seen you in some time.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. You? Work still? Yeah.
Work. Yeah, you know I've been through.
Yeah, I know. Same old, same old.
Yeah, same old, same old.
Anyway, congratulations, Will. 2K, you did it.
Yeah, it took a long time, man. It took a long time. That last 100 and going from 1900 to 2K was a big push. Took a while, but we got there now, and it's already up like I think like 2020 or something like that. So, yeah, it's a good. Hey, look, I don't necessarily do this like getting subscribers and stuff like that is good because it means that we're getting exposure, we're getting our content out there, we're getting our message out to the masses. But to be honest with you, I just do it for the fans, right? Love the subscribers I've got. We've got a good hardcore set of fans. I can do a stream pretty much any time of day, and we're pulling close to 100 people usually. So that's great. I love doing it. I wish I could do more streams. Since moving to Atlanta, my daytime hours have not been as consistent as they used to be back in the good old days. But yeah, I'm gonna maybe too. I've had an idea too, and Eugene, maybe you'd be interested in joining me on a couple of these shows. But I'm thinking about this year doing starting out here late in next couple of weeks, starting to do some shows at around 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the UK, which would be like between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. my time. I tend to not go to sleep until around 3 a.m. anyway. So
1 a.m. your time will be about
1 p.m., 2 p.m. You might be at work then, but
I'll be at work. Yeah.
But kind of doing like that morning thing, especially during some transfer news when the transfer news was hot, like a real early breakfast show, people on their way to work, people sitting at home in their kitchens before they're getting ready to go to work, and all of that good stuff. So the big up to C Cubed, channel member and always a super chatter and always in the comments and stuff like that. He says, big up, Will. Thanks for always keeping it real. Hey, that's what I do, man. That's what I do. So best way to help support the channel is, first of all, like the video. Second of all, subscribe to the channel. Third of all, super chat when you want to super chat, and also become a channel member. And really, the channel memberships are a big help, a lot bigger help than people think, because it's consistent. It's cheaper than doing super chats all the time. If I had 2,000 members at $1, I'd be making 10 times the amount of money a month than I do now with all the super chats. So even if it only costs you $1 a month, right? That's far cheaper than doing that. And memberships too, I think it's from the $3.99 level and higher. You get discounts at thfcrants.com, all different kinds of stuff. So make sure you can do that. But yeah, we're still the biggest channel in America. There's a channel in Canada that's overtaking us, Tottenham on tour. But we'll catch them.
I thought you were going to say, Ben, it was like Cody Mac TV or something when you said Canada, but he hasn't got one, has he?
No, Cody doesn't have a channel. But yeah, we're still the biggest channel in the United States over here. So I guess that makes me America's #1 Spurs fan, or at least the most famous, most infamous American Spurs fan, I guess you could say. Famous. I don't know if that's necessarily what I would say.
Will, I'm the biggest Malaysian Spurs channel. I'm the only Malaysian Spurs channel on YouTube, I think.
Is that passively aggressively telling me I need to up my member level? No, it's not. But I mean, so I think the memberships here, let me look. So the membership, for people that don't know, let me see. YouTube Studio. Why is that taking so long to change? And I go to the membership tag. I can share the screen here. Stop sharing that for now, and we'll share this one here. Where is my membership stuffs. Best practice resources link to share. Here's a link to it. I'll put it in the copy or in the comments if anybody wants to become a member and they don't want to have to switch over pages. There's a link there. But I'm trying to find the member page where it shows you the what you get for being a member. Where do you go to see that at?
I can't help you.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Figure it out later. But why should it do that?
How many subscribers have you got now, Eugene? How are you doing with your channel?
My channel has always been about the subscribers. I have about 300 now, I think. Just about 300. Yeah. This what it is, but slowly. Because now more or less I'm doing it more or less like a part-time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Before I had my job, remember I used to have at least 3 shows a week or something like that.
That's right.
But now it's hard. Try to get a show out at least once a week, but
somebody became a member. Val Taylor became a member. Welcome to the Levy level, Mr. Val Taylor. I appreciate that. Big up to you. And we'll make Mr. Val Taylor a moderator. Because that's one of the perks of being. I want to show everybody all the perks. But maybe if I just go to the channel and click on join or something, it'll do it. Maybe I don't have to do it in the back end. Let's see. Join. Aha! That worked. So,
and share it on the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. So let's see. Share screen. So we'll add that to the stream. So basically here, when you go to the channel and you can click that join, so you get the Levy level at 99 cents a month. Let me zoom in on this because it's hard for people to see unless you got eagle eyes like me. So at 99 cents a month, you get to join. It'll automatically incur it. You get loyalty badges next to your name. You know, my ugly mug there, that one there. And then it starts getting into military ranks, captain, colonel, general, 5-star general for people that have been there for a long time. You get to use all these crazy emojis as well. And you also get to do other stuff. And then when you go to Williams Rangers, you get discounted merchandise. You get all the stuff from before, but you get all priority reply to comments, discounted merchandise. So you get, I think it's 5% or 5% at William Rangers and William Kelt's level discounted merchandise. There's a code there for all those members when you go look at your perks. Then you get captains at $10 a month, which will get you a member shout out, members only live streams, discounted merchandise, and all that stuff. And the same with 4-star general, connecting on social media. If you are a 4-star general, we'll add you into some WhatsApp groups or friends on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. So yeah. And then so C Cube says, please do some later streams for people on the West Coast. Yeah, so I figured too, if I start doing those 1 a.m., 2 a.m. ones for me, which is like 6, 7 a.m. in the UK, that's also like, 10, 11 p.m. in the West Coast. So it'll be good for the guys on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What's the time difference between you and the West Coast?
3 hours. 3 hours over here. But we got another guest in the back. We're going to bring him in. And I think it's first time. I've seen him in the chat a bunch. I think it's first time on the show. It's hard to do an intro when you've never really spoken with a guy. Welcome, Kingsley, to the show. Nice to meet you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
No, big up.
There you go.
Good. Welcome to the show. Oh, so for people that don't know as well, that's the code to enter the giveaway. If you've just joined the stream, we are giving away today. It's kind of like a 2K welcome show, giving away the Elgato FaceCam, $165 value. Just enter in hashtag all capital letters, just like you see below down there. Rants 2K. And you will be able to. Right now, we've got 22 people, 55 watching the show, and only 22 people are entering it in. And big up everybody in the chat. So people that don't know, everybody in the chat is a subscriber. Sorry if you don't have public subscribers on, but that's okay. If you're in the comments, that's your community. Those are your buddies. Those are the loyal faithful in the chat. So thank you very much for all of that. But before we do, we will be probably in the hour, probably about an hour and a half. The stream's only going to be about 2 hours today. But in the hour and a half, around the hour and a half mark, so about an hour from now is when we'll be doing the giveaway. So make sure that you get your entry in now if you want to do that. And I'm going to leave that giveaway code at the bottom. Make sure to also hitting that like button. We got 50 likes right now. Let's try to get that to 100 over the entire course of the stream. But yeah, talking about transfers and news and stuff like that. What are your guys' thoughts? It's been a while since I talked to anyway. So Eugene, what are your thoughts on the transfer window so far? Your thoughts, what you like, what you don't like, and also to what you think still needs to be done. And then we'll move to Mark, and then we'll move to Kingsley.
Basically, for me, is at the moment the transfer window looks good. We've not done business like that in such a long time, or even ever, right? Getting in players even before the window starts, and more or less getting four players in already just within the 2 weeks of the window. So we're waiting for more, right? So let's see what happens. And for the players coming in, I'm quite satisfied at the moment. They look like Conte players, right? Hardworking, willing to put themselves on the line. And we brought in some shithousery with Richarlison. So I guess the future looks bright for us. Looks bright for us, but of course we do not know yet, right? At the moment, how things will go, right? Until we see them actually play the first game in South Korea, whether they're in sync, what kind of fitness levels there are, and of course, very excited for the first game of the Premier League season against Southampton. Then, of course, the second game will be playing Chelsea away. So that will be most probably our litmus test, right? That will be our litmus test there to see where we really are. Yeah.
Sweet. Mr. Mark, what do you think? Transfer window so far, your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with it so far. I'd like to see more. I don't trust Enoch. I still don't trust Enoch. And I probably never will trust Enoch. That's just the way I am. Maybe I'm so old and cynical. But yeah, I'm quite pleased so far.
Good deal. Anything that concerns you or anything you want to see?
I'd like to see us get in a creative midfielder, definitely. I still think we need another centre-back of some quality. I still don't really trust Dyer. I don't trust Sanchez. Davis I'm okay with. I always think he's been quite solid. But I still, and obviously, if we get Spence in, and it's Spence and Doherty, I'm not too pleased about that, I must admit.
Yeah.
That's it.
But Kingsley, what are your thoughts, my man?
Actually, I thought that this is the best window so far as a sport fan. You know, look at the players that we signed: Richarlison, Bissouma. Like, I'm absolutely happy about the signature of Richarlison as a Tottenham player. But so far, I think yesterday I felt bad when I heard of Eriksen going to Man U. I was bad about that. But so far, we have gotten what we need for the meantime. I still hope we can get, DJ Spence and some other better centre back to compete with Gear or Ben Davies as time goes on.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up the news right now, but for some reason, Twitter's been goofing up on my computer. It says I need to log out or some crap like that. But looking at the news, like for today, so today apparently there's been some conflicting reports about Mr. Jed Spence and stuff like that. Clement Longley maybe taking a little bit longer than people necessarily expected, and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, the conflicting reports are coming from people that I don't necessarily trust. But what are your thoughts on Jed Spence? The one thing that I think I tweeted earlier today that really kind of hit a thing for me is, let's see, Spurs ITK Hub says on Twitter that Conte is a bit frustrated as he wants 2 new signings in before the weekend, and Paratici is ready to push for a Serie A right wing back, but Livy still saying he wants Spence, but doing nothing about it. Now, for me, if this is true, then that really it kind of makes me angry that Daniel Levy is again interfering in something that he shouldn't really be involved in at all.
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah,
yeah. But will that piss Conte off? Right? Don't forget, you piss Conte off. What's going to happen?
That's what it says. It said he's getting a bit frustrated. So,
oh dear. But let's see what happens. But I guess in the end of the day, Levy has really gone so far, right? So I guess he should have half the brain to know that. Might as well just give him what he wants, right? Just give him what he wants, and let's give us a chance to actually win something next season, the coming season, right? Now then, why all the drama then? Right?
Do you know who this is? The man from the New Scotland. Groves. Jason Groves is in the house.
Hi, Jason.
It's like James Bond.
I thought you were James Bond, yeah.
That's me, the working class James Bond.
That's right.
How you doing, Jason?
Not bad. Will, we're only here for the prize. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
That's what I told him earlier.
If you're here for the prize, you can put in, just comment #rants2k in the comments to enter. We've got 26 entries right now. That's it. 68 people watching the show right now live, and only 26 entries. So obviously there's 40-something people who don't want the webcam. I just don't know what's going on.
I've been with you for, well, I want to say since right near the beginning, and like I've been waiting a long time for a prize, Will. So like I'm glad you finally got around to doing it.
We've given, it's been a long time. I told people, I think it was this time last summer that I said when we get to 2K, we'll be doing a giveaway. I did up the giveaway because I originally said I was going to give away 2 sweatshirts. But I had the 2 sweatshirts wasn't enough pull, right? So it was more like an Arteta type pull, right? So I had to go with the Conte type pull of an actual webcam. But yeah. So what are your thoughts, Mr. Jason Groves, on Daniel Levy sticking his neck in and pissing Conte off before they head off to Korea by not doing business that he asked them to do?
If it's true, and I'm going to say that is a huge if, because I don't believe a word any of those people say. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it isn't true, but like, who knows? Like, who knows if Conte's pissed off or he's happy? Only really Conte knows. But if we want that player, just buy the player, man. Just get him. Like, from what I'm understanding, we're haggling over £5 million. Like, you either want him or you don't.
Yeah, and if,
Will, what you're saying is that now maybe Conte doesn't want Jet Spence and he wants that player from Italy?
Yeah, so the tweet from about 3 hours ago from Spurs ITK Hub says that Conte is a bit frustrated as he wants 2 new signings in before the weekend. That means before Friday or Saturday. I guess it would be Friday. It'd be so 2 or 3 days now. And then it says Paratici's ready to push for a Serie A right wing back. But Levy's still saying he wants Spence, right? And then Spence not closer than it was last week. So
that seems like a very conveniently easy story to make up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, Conte's pissed. Paratici's ready. Well, yeah.
But my question is, who is that convenient? I mean, who is that Sierra right wing back that he's talking about?
We don't know, man. It could be anybody. But to be honest with you, I am not. We even if we sign Spence, we need to be signing a right wing back for Serie A.
Get them both.
Because for me, Jed Spence is not the guy that I'm looking for.
He's one that, like, you need someone that's ready now, and Jed Spence.
Yeah,
is what you need.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's true.
For sure.
Can I just say, this whole Richarlison thing, right? Now, I think I wasn't a fan, but I've come to realise the reason I wasn't a fan is because I just don't like the way he acts, not necessarily the way he plays. But what makes me laugh is apparently now shithousery is a skill. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I've seen so many Tottenham shows. It's like, well, shithousery. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Yay, we got shithousery. You know what I mean? It's like,
That we do. But we got another guest in the back to bring on for this 2K special. Remember, hashtag rants2K. Just type that into the chat if you want to win the Elgato FaceCam, $168, I think, actually, US. Best webcam. Trust me, I've done a lot of research on cameras, and that's outside of a mirrorless camera like I'm using right here. It's the only one that I recommend. And you guys know how much money I spend on useless crap. So, or useful crap, rather. But make sure you type that in hashtag rants2K. But we got a guy here coming on to the show. It's not his first time. We got, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong now. Aditya, add him to the stream. What's going on, my friend?
Hi, bro.
How do you pronounce your name, bro?
You can say the exact same thing what you just said. Like,
how do you pronounce it, though?
You won't be able to do that. Aditya.
Okay. Aditya.
Will you be able to do it?
Yeah, I can do it. I can speak Korean, so I can pronounce things that don't necessarily sound English.
Yeah.
Aditya.
Yeah, fine, absolutely. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, man. I'm doing good too.
Good. Like everybody calls Eugene, but it's actually Eugene.
Yeah.
Me?
No, this guy over here.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene.
That's so true, actually.
Look, those rumors about Jet Spence, are those things true? Like Conte is not actually targeting him, but Levy is forcing upon him.
I think it makes sense, right? So we've got the things in the past where you got, Levy's the one in charge of it. He's the one taking control. Paratici's focusing on other targets. It just seems to me like, right. We got a little bit of background noise too. Somebody, if you're not talking, go ahead and grab the mute. If you're on, it might be Kingsley if you're on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Just there's like a little mute button. You just use it when you're not talking. Then it might.
This is spirit of Dele Alli's career.
Yep, there it was. I got you. So just unmute yourself, Kingsley, whenever you want to talk. But they got But you got all of these different things. You got Daniel Levy sitting there, saying he wants to do this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it's like his in-law or something like that is like involved with Jed Spence's agent or something like that. Or just a family friend or something like that. So then you've also got Paratici letting him do it. And how many people have watched have gotten their Spurs Play membership and watched the Antonio Conte 202? Anybody got that?
You have? Have you?
Yeah, I've got it. I watched it last night.
How long is it?
It's about 45 minutes.
My God.
So what does Conte say then?
So in that documentary, it's kind of interesting. Daniel Levy doesn't appear a whole lot, but he does appear a couple of times, especially at the beginning. And he says, kind of like even kind of grilling Conte and asking Conte, how would you describe your style of football and this, that, and the other thing. But you kind of get to see. It was a little underwhelming, C Cubed, but I mean it was decent. Right now, obviously, it's a brand new platform, so there's not a whole lot of content. A lot of it's maybe extended videos from the stuff that they have, like on the YouTube page. But they have some other documentaries and stuff like that may be older or something like that. But they've got all kinds of. I'm sure in the future, obviously, that's where the preseason games will be. That's why I got it. But man, what a money play for them, dude. Like if you think about it, they have about 3 million.
Right?
Yeah, they got about 3 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. So if all 3 million of those people pay 45
135 million pounds.
Yeah,
135 million pounds.
Yeah, so I mean, if you got, it's more than that. If you did 3 million times 45 pounds, that's
135.
Yeah.
I just wish they acknowledged the fact that not all their fan base lives in Britain.
Yeah.
And they had some kind of like international.
It will be more, bro. Like in Asia, there are fans. Then
let's say for me, if I want to sign up to it,
will
right?
be more than that, bro. Like around 500 million pounds they will make easily. More than that, actually.
Yeah.
500 million pounds, 600 million pounds. Jesus.
Yeah, but if you take in the currency exchange, will it be worth it for us? If I take this, right, then what about my cable subscription? You're talking about £45 per annum, comes up to about,
a year though. It's a year.
Yeah, per annum.
No, but still, like our revenues per annum is around 500 or 450 million pounds, right? For Real Madrid, it is 660 million pounds, highest in Europe, right? Highest in the world, and they are making in and around the same money, slightly lesser than that.
Yeah, because you're talking
with the help of that subscription, isn't it?
Yeah, you're talking just that subscription alone, right? Making more than their entire annual match day revenue.
For Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid sells their own TV rights.
No, for Tottenham. So like our annual match day revenue is like 107 million a year or something like that, right?
Oh, more than that, they will earn.
And if you have just 3 million people, at 45 pounds, you're looking at 135 million pounds, which is what 30 million pounds more than their annual.
As long as they invest this much money on the squad, I don't have a problem. Like this is a good way to earn money, but then invest. Don't just keep it as a cash reserve. That's what I'm saying. We have got 400 million pounds as cash reserve, no? Without reaching FFP, we can spend that much. Highest in Premier League.
And you're talking there's supposed to be 180 million Spurs fans worldwide. Now, I guarantee you not all of that. But let's just say 10%. Let's say 18
Twitter
million.
has got 7.5 million followers, Twitter. Instagram should be even more.
Yeah, but let's just say 18 million. 10% of the global fan base for Tottenham Hotspur buys that Spurs play. That's 810 million pounds a year.
Wow.
That's more than we make a year right now in revenue. That's 2 times the annual revenue of the club just on Spurs play.
Let's reduce even more, like 5%. Still 400, isn't it?
Huh?
Let's reduce that even more, like 5% of the Spurs fan base.
Yeah,
Still it is,
5% would be
4
doubling the annual revenue. That way you're talking 405 million pounds. So 5% of the global, Spurs
Bill,
fan
that,
base.
that will be what you say, right? You add all the revenue that Spurs make, right? From TV rights, prize money, everything.
shirt sales, commercials, everything,
Yeah,
foods,
everything.
drinks, gate
Yeah.
revenues, NFL games, everything.
Well, that's why I
everything.
just think in 2022, it's just kind of silly for even the Premier League to even sell TV rights. Because if the Premier League made their own app, where you paid, say, £100 a year and you could watch every single Premier League match, they would probably make 10 times the amount of money.
Premier League already makes money, you don't know, through Hotstar and ESPN and all.
Yeah, but I'm saying the amount of
Premier League.
money that those people pay the Premier
Yeah.
League wouldn't even compare, right? Like, because just if, for example, I could cancel ESPN, Fubo TV, Paramount Plus. I could cancel all of that stuff if the Premier League came out with their own app where I could watch every game for say like £100 a year or $100 a year. I would pay that because it cost me almost $100 a month to watch all the football that I want to watch
Mm.
in the United
Zone
States.
has all the games in Canada.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually a really good deal.
Yeah, like some leagues, like here in the United States, like if you want to watch Syria, like all the ones that ESPN Plus owns, that's a good deal because you pay $5 a month and you get all of this. They don't have right. So that's a weird thing about in the United States. All the TV rights for every competition is chopped up. So you want European competitions, Europa League, Champions League, gotta go Paramount Plus. You want Cup games, FA Cup, EFL, you got to go to ESPN Plus. If you want Premier League, you got to go to NBC Sports, which is only available either on what they call Peacock, which is another $6 a month, but that only shows you some of the games because the big name games, Liverpool's, the Cities, the Tottenhams, the Arsenals, the Chelseas are all on their regular channel cable program, which means you got to go out and buy cable, which costs you $50 a month or $59.99 a month. So I literally spend dang near $100 a month just to watch every Tottenham Hotspur match. It's silly.
But for me, it's that in Malaysia, we pay about, but you count per month too, right? I pay my cable subscription for about 30 quid. Yeah, nearly 30 quid a month, right? Which comes up to about £360 per annum, right? But I get nearly every sport. So I get Wimbledon, I get F1, I get UFC, right? I get live, I get every match, live EPL, Serie A, right? La Liga, right? Yeah, most of them, even Bundesliga.
Yeah, so I think like here in the United States, ESPN Plus is the best deal. You get like Bundesliga, Australian League, the Japanese League,
MLS. Yeah.
Well, see this thing, MLS is changing next year. They actually sold their
In
rights
India,
to
it is quite
Apple.
cheap on Hotstar. Like each and every Premier League match we can watch, and
Oh, you
just
can get on
it's not
Hotstar.
just football. Like other sports as well, Wimbledon, then some of the F1 events as well. Many of the things are present. Then web series as well. So those things are all included in Hotstar.
Yeah, and the Paramount Plus here too is like it has TVs and movies and all kinds of other stuff. But the only reason why I'm paying, I think it's for Paramount Plus, I pay $12 a month, but that also gets me Showtime too.
That's costing.
Is because Paramount Plus is what I have to do to be able to watch Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League, as well as some USMNT matches, and then I pay an extra $3 a month to get Showtime because there's like one show on Showtime that I like to watch. But Ben Kaufman asked, how does the giveaway work? The giveaway works by commenting hashtag rants2k exactly like you see it, all caps, rants2k into that. We've got 28 entries right now. Put that in the comment section, and you could enter in to win the I keep wanting to say GoPro, the FaceCam web camera. Gogamanim is here as well. 안녕하세요. Will Nim. 안녕하세요. Tomani 늦었죠. Not too late. Maybe about 55 minutes late. 최성호예요. 별 말씀이에요. You don't have to be sorry. 저 지금 일본 놀러 왔어요. She's in Japan. Having fun with her friends. 그래서 어제 Spurs corner 못 봤어요. Oh, that's okay. Spurs corner was on Sunday, so that would have been a couple days ago. 아무튼 괜찮아요. And then she says, 하지만 will님 2K special 놓칠 수는 없었죠. She couldn't miss this show. 일부러 일어났어요. She got up on purpose. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate.
Japan, I think it's like, what time is it in Japan now? Google Maps.
2 a.m.
5 a.m.
3 a.m. right now. 3 a.m.
PM.
How did you learn this language?
Korean?
Yeah.
I lived in Korea for 13 years, man.
Wow. But
13 years.
for a job?
Yeah, I worked over there, but my wife's Korean, so
Nice, man.
I was stationed over there back in 2003 when I used to be in the United States Air
Is that
Force.
the reason you started supporting Spurs? Like, because of song?
Erickson's avoiding Spurs because of Son?
No. Is that the reason you started supporting Tottenham?
Not the reason, but it's one of the reasons why I got. Sorry, my phone is ringing. One of the reasons why I started supporting it seriously. But no, I've been supporting. It was more like I'm drawing a blank now because somebody just joined the back. We got Dan THFC in the house. I'm just gonna bring him in. Well, here we'll do an intro for him. Dan THFC is here, the young and the restless. Dan THFC, what's going on, my friend? Summer break.
Yeah.
Big up, Dan.
Big
Hi,
up.
Daniel.
Big up, everyone.
죄송합니다.
Is he the Cypriot fan, Danny Kiyako, right? Or somebody else?
No, someone else.
No,
Someone else. Oh, fine. Okay.
He's more reliable.
Who's more reliable?
Not
Dan
Danny
Giggs.
Kiriakou, that's for sure. He's never on time.
But yeah, anyway, I was stationed there, living in Korea, and that's how I learned.
Will,
Yes,
I gotta hop off, right? It's gonna be 2 a.m. here. Gotta go to work tomorrow, right,
Big
guys?
up, Eugene.
Have a great show. I'll
Make
catch
sure
up
you
with guys
comment in
later.
there, Eugene, if you want to win the webcam. Yeah, I don't think
How
you
many times do I
commented.
do it? I've
Right?
already done it one time.
You've already
Yeah.
done it one time. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can only
it's
do it
good.
once. Even if you did it 100 times, it would only put your name in there once. But we've got 33 entries. We've got 80 people watching the show right now. The likes are on 67. Those should be on 100 by now. And only 33 entries for the camera. If you want to win the webcam, yeah, stationed. I was in the military. I was in the United States Air Force for 6 years, and that's the first original reason why I went to Korea.
Wow. United States Air Force. Nice.
Yeah. Eugene, just tell people where they can find you before you head off.
Spurs Vision TV. I'm not doing too many shows nowadays, so because of the transfer window and because of work commitment. But most probably, I'll be looking at doing a watch along for the friendly match in South Korea. I guess it's going to be next week, Wednesday. More or less, I think it's about 7 p.m. my time, which is I think 12 p.m. BST. I'm not sure what time is that in America. Right. If I'm
8
not doing
p.m. in Korea, so that'd be 7 a.m. my time.
7 a.m. your time. So if I'm not doing the live watch along, maybe I'll be joining someone, one of the channels doing the live watch along. Right. Will, thanks for the conception of Spurs Vision. Right. Big up to your channel. Right. It's been a long time speaking to you like this, but hopefully you can catch up again the next time. And all you guys in the chats and all you guys in the panel, catch you later. Bye, guys. Have a good
Big
some
up,
sleep.
Eugene.
Hey,
All right.
mate.
Big up,
Bye.
Eugene.
Bye, bro. Bye.
Big up.
I'm
By the way,
I'm off too, Will. All right. I just want to say big up for 2K and thanks for letting me on. All right.
Yeah, man, anytime.
Cheers. Big up,
Thank you very
boys.
much,
Take care,
Mark.
everyone. See ya.
You too, brother.
Will,
And yeah,
Well,
um,
you were
so
talking about
I'm right
Spence,
now.
right?
Yeah, I'm right now in a shopping mall, and the internet is really bad. So if I log off and I win, let's say I win the giveaway, do I have to be live on the chat to?
Nope, you don't have to be live on the chat. Just watch the video back. So if you're watching in this thing and you don't want to hang around, put your comment in. It'll automatically log it in there. If you end up winning, you can just watch the video back. We'll announce the winner live on the show towards, I think it's like the last 30 minutes of the video. In about 30 minutes, we'll be announcing the winner. And then you can just DM me on Twitter if you're the winner, and or go to the email address in the about section of the video and send me an email with your information, right? So I'll need to verify your YouTube channel. But yeah, that's how we'll do that. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If we get
you
another
were talking about
defender in-
Spence, right?
Two people talking at one time.
Okay.
If we get
Go on.
if we get the left-sided central defender we've been linked to,
Mhm.
who do you think the other one will be? Because I honestly believe we're getting another one, like another defender.
Another defender?
Bremer.
Yeah.
Bremer. I'm hoping Bremer will be the
Yeah,
person that
me
we do
too.
it.
Like my dream is Bastoni, but my dream is not going to get fulfilled. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I gave one out. I gave up on that.
But then we will have 3 left centre backs, right? What will we do with 3 left centre
No.
backs? We need a centre back. You know what I mean?
Well, Bremer can play in the middle, can't he?
Yeah, he can.
We got 75 people watching right now, 69 likes. We'll be back after these messages. It's weird. We don't have to stop talking, but YouTube has just added this thing where you can add in an ad. So I just popped in an ad. I don't even know what I'm doing. Just did it for the fun of it.
Well, there you go.
But you're back now. Or if you skipped the ad. People don't. I don't know what happened. It popped up and said, "Do you want to take a commercial?" And so I said, "Yeah, let's take a commercial."
See, look, that's what you get when you reach the 2,000 number. You get
guess
commercials.
You get commercials.
There he is.
So
looking
people in
sharp.
the chat, tell me how the commercial experience went. Tell us in the chat, folks in the chat, how did the commercial? That ad was you? Yes, it was me. I pushed the button and an ad popped up. How was it? Was it a good experience? Was it a good ad experience? Oh, if you have a premium membership, like a YouTube, if you're a YouTube premium membership, you won't get an ad.
I am actually.
But if you're not, no, like they had just added this button that didn't used to be there.
Levy is pushing Spence onto Conte. I'm going to lose my shit.
They didn't.
Somebody tweeted that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you monetize the video, you'll get ads anyway. So the video obviously is monetized. So there will be ads that pop up. But they have this thing now it's like this little dollar sign that you can say it popped, like literally I got a blue box that checked up and said, take a commercial break, insert an ad now. So I did it. But
YouTube Premium because ads annoy me.
yeah, I got YouTube Premium too because I don't watch ads as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny though because I'm the only one that has it in my family. My kids don't have it. My wife doesn't.
Oh, same here. Like I'm not buying it for everyone, but I don't like.
Apparently, there's a family program that's like, I don't know, it's like $12 to $15 a month or something like that.
Okay, I'll have to look into it.
I'll have to look into it too.
Who is this guy?
I like.
It just shocks and amazes me when non-professionals call professionals liars. Shocked, better hope Spence doesn't sign before Korea. Polly boy, or you will be wearing egg on your face. Again, this guy is literally the worst person on Twitter ever. Who is this guy?
Who?
The tweet is deleted, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, Spurs ITK, the one that I read earlier?
What does he do? Like, what did he do?
Just collects tweets from or information from ITK sources and puts it out there. So
What did he do?
Red
Like,
lies.
you got triggered, no? You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the
Is
Paul
Levy
O'Keefe guy.
forcing this signing? Spence signing? Is that why you were angry?
Yeah, if he's trying to force it through, I would make me angry. And by the way, people said that the ad experience was crap. Goguma said she skipped it. It was only 2 seconds. So for those two seconds, it was great. AMZO said the commercial experience was crap. Adam said skipped. Yeah, you could. Ben said no ad. I don't know. It just asked me. I'm sitting here looking at it, and a big blue screen popped up in front of my face and said, insert an ad. So I did. I won't do that a lot. Except I'm going to do it again right now.
That probably made you 50 cents there, You're making all that big YouTube money.
I just did it again. Just to troll people. I'm just kidding. I won't do it again.
You realise, mate, you're not helping yourself.
No, the viewer count's dropped like 20.
You know you're literally the Marmite of Spurs YouTubers, don't you?
I know, but
people either really love you or they hate you.
They love me or they hate me. No ad, but I'm just kidding. I won't do it again. But if you do want to enter the code to enter the giveaway, make sure you do that. We've got about 25 minutes left before we actually run the thing. I tried to run closed captions today. So can anybody tell me if they can turn the closed captions? I thought maybe, especially because I have a lot of Korean viewers sometimes at night. If I turn on the auto closed captioning, that having the English text down at the bottom, because most Koreans, even though they may not have good listening skills, can usually tend to read Korean. Somebody do me a favor and turn on the closed captioning, and tell me if it actually puts it in there, because I've actually delayed the stream. In order to do that, to do normal latency, which puts a 15-second delay between me and the actual chat. So,
it's there.
Is it there? Does it work?
Yeah.
And it has text and everything?
Yeah, there's text. There is a delay, but there's text. Well, there's a delay from what I'm seeing in StreamYard, obviously.
Yeah. Like I can see it too over here, but that's good though. I'm glad that works. So now if English isn't your first language and having that English text down at the bottom, I'll do that, because to be honest with you,
or if you're hearing impaired.
That's a good point. That's a good reason to do it as well. Sweet. So we'll do that too. So now, if you need closed captioning, it's available for you at thfcrants.com. That's happy. So a little bit of delay. I think it's like 10 seconds or something, so it's not huge. Which there's usually a delay between the StreamYard and the chat anyway. So, but it's just a little bit longer. I think I have to put on normal. But there's also another benefit to that, and it's the quality of the video is higher, apparently.
What, if you put a delay in?
Yeah, if you put a little bit longer in delay, I guess the video processes a little bit more before it ships it out.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But we got a new member. Spartan 7 Gaming is back. Spartan 7 Gaming was probably one of our first members.
That name has been around.
Yeah. But one of the earliest followers, one of the earliest subscribers, one of the earliest members. And we're glad to have you back. Appreciate it. My mom says the Marmite of YouTube. That's right. I am the Marmite of YouTube. I don't think I'm as Marmite as some others. Maybe not. Could be the case.
Oh, I don't know, Will. When you you like a good discussion, and I'm doing air quotes because no one can see me, but you do like
I love a good debate. I love a good debate.
Honestly, for me, it's some of the best viewing. Like when you start digging into people, and then they're being all like very typically English about it and all passionate about it. And you're like, yeah, but like, where's that? And like, you just get all analytical on them. And I just think it's like, it's just good viewing. That's all I've got to say.
Good deal. But yeah, because for me, dude, like, there's logic.
Yes.
And so I don't like it when people say things that are bullcrap. Like I have this OCD thing that when I hear bullshit, I have to call it out. I can't not, right? Like
I hear. I mean, I'm just not. My brain is not wired the way yours is in terms of like being that analytical. I'm 100% no facts, all passion.
And that's fine. Like, so I have no problem. The problem that I have, the thing that gets me going is when somebody says that their passion trumps the facts. It's like passion's fine. Like if you just say, "It's my opinion, I don't really care," you know, like, dude, this is what I do, boom, boom. But when they say, "No, you're wrong," because my passion says so, that sends me off into the your passion doesn't say so.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but no. I always love it. I always love a good debate.
Well, you and Sava, that's just a good time. Oh
yeah, me, Sava, me, and Sean, me, and everyone. Yeah. So for me, look, I just have this, and words mean things to me, and things mean like I'm seriously. I was this close today to doing a video on logic itself after the conversation in the chat from yesterday's show. Like what are stats? So if people are curious about that, hit a like button or hit the thumbs down button if you wanted me to do a show, stats versus the eye test, a philosophical explanation. That's what I want to do, because I think people misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't use stats. Like I don't think stats are the be all end all. But to dismiss stats altogether for just your feelings, that's the definition of delusion, right? Like, if I were to say Son scored 23 goals last season, and you're like, "No, I feel like he really only scored 20." It doesn't matter what you feel like. The fact is, he scored 23. It doesn't matter what your passion or your oomph tells you, right? Like, there are facts in this world, unfortunately. We have to do that. AMZO, I'd put it up on screen, but I can't because of the for whatever reason StreamYard doesn't like the membership chats. But member for 7 months from the AMZO. Will, how good is the USA goalkeeper Arsenal signed? The Arsenal fans have never heard of him or seen him play. Yeah, so he's actually pretty good, right? For people that don't know his name, Zach Steffen, I keep popping in my name, but that's not him. He's the one, the backup for City, who's being loaned out to a championship club, I think, the number 2. But his name is... I'm going to have to Google it now. Arsenal keeper MLS. Matt Turner. Matt Turner is Bob Spur TV. Just become a member at the Levy level. Big up, Mr. Bob. I think Bob's already moderator. He is. Because he's a whatchamacallit member as well, I think. Matt Turner. So Matt Turner isn't bad. In fact, if people remember, we did a watch along.
His passing is not good, no?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a good distributor of the ball, but he's a decent shot stopper. In fact, I would say that he could probably challenge Ramsdale for that number 1 shirt.
No way.
Yeah,
no
well.
chance.
Yes, chance.
No
absolutely.
Chance. Like, he won't be able to even replace somebody like Tim Krul in Norwich City, in my opinion. He's not that.
No, I mean, Matt Turner's pretty decent. In the Gold Cup,
his kicking is awful, man. Really.
His distribution is fine, but the ball at his feet is pretty good. Like his playing out of the back, he's actually a pretty good keeper.
Really?
Yeah, his long distribution he has problems with.
I talked to United States fans. They said that his his kicking as well as his short passing is not really good. Like you can't really expect him to play out from the back. That's what
I would
they said.
disagree with that. I think he's better at it
Really?
than Zach Steffen is. Yeah. So Matt Turner's a good
Wow.
shot stopper, and his short distance passing is good. For example, you know, his like he could do a pullback to get out of pressure and do that kind of stuff. It's his long distribution that he has a problem with, not the short
Okay.
distribution.
Wow.
He's comfortable
So
on the
contrasting
ball.
opinions.
He's commanding in his box. He'll come out and
Because
get it.
that's what I thought, right? When they signed Ramsdale, I could make sense of it because Ramsdale is decent at playing off from the back. Like he's a good distributor. But then all of a sudden they are signing somebody who is like Fabianski, decent shot stopper, but can't really pass the ball. Like what's going on? Do you know what I mean? That's what I thought happened.
Yeah, no. Matt Turner's. In fact, there's kind of a debate right now who's going to start for the United States at the World Cup, Matt Turner
Wow.
or Zach Steffen. Yeah.
Zach Steffen is a Man City flop, right? Basically, he's going out, right?
He's not a flop, but I mean he's going out because he wants. So Zach Steffen
in the
obviously.
semi-final, he was dreadful. I can't lie.
So like
And
Zach
he was just thrown out there in such a big game for them. Do you know what I mean? Cup semi-final.
Yeah, so Zach Steffen, as you can imagine, there's no chance he's getting in over Ederson, right? So he's only going to be playing limited games in the cup competitions and stuff like that. And he's kind of starting to because he's not playing a lot of games. He's kind of been, I guess you could say, a little bit unreliable. And so, in order to get into good form and make sure that he gets regular playing time, he's moving to a on loan. He requested to go out on loan to a championship side so that he could keep his number one shirt for the World Cup. So
Wow.
is he a flop? No, I mean he's a decent second. He's a decent number two, but he just wants to get regular
New
minutes.
England Revolution and United States, right? New England Revolution training ground facilities are good, really good. Can't lie.
So New England Revolution is where Matt Turner was at, and then you have what's the other guy? There's one the number 3 for the United States. We have another goalkeeper. He's got a weird name. It's hard for me to remember.
Bro, their
but,
training facilities are sick, bro. I can't lie. New England Revolution. Wow.
all the training facilities in the United States are really, really nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
LAFC got their built their 35 million pounds facility as well.
Yeah, I mean we've got like even the club that my kid plays at we've got 8 turf pitches and 35 fields altogether. We have 35 pitches.
Are they well maintained or?
Yeah, all Bermuda grass, well maintained, well kept. I mean, some of them are better than others, but multiple different locations, stuff like that. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Since when have you been supporting Spurs?
2012, 2013 would have been the first time. But then I was living in Korea, so I didn't really get to watch a lot of matches because back then on now IPTV.
So that was AVB season, right?
Huh?
AVB season, right? Unreal as well.
Redknapp, wasn't it?
Redknapp.
Yeah. That was Gareth Bale's
cool.
last season. I do believe.
No, Gareth Bale was there in AVB's first season. No? He was there. He played really well. We finished 5th, and then he left for Real Madrid. And then in his second season, we bought Lamela, then Paulinho, Soldado, and then he got sacked. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let me double check.
Yeah, 12-13, I think it's AVB.
Yeah, AVB. I remember AVB, but I thought I started watching in Redknapp's last season. So maybe
What
it was
was your first
12,
game?
11,
Yeah,
11, 12.
right.
Because it was after the 2010 World Cup when I really started getting into football. Ethan Horvath, thank you. That's the other one for. What's up, Scott?
How's it going? I'm out at a outdoor pool with my kids, so if there's too much background noise or you can't hear me through my AirPods, let me know. I'll ride the mute when I'm not chatting. Thought I'd been a while since I've been able to hop on, and this time works perfect for me. So Thought I'd jump in and say hi to everyone and see what's going on.
Mate, how's it going?
Hello?
Hello. Did that come through? Did you guys
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
got
Yes.
Did I just talk randomly for minutes like I normally do without anybody listening?
No,
Uh,
we heard you.
I missed some of what you guys were talking about. Are you still talking about the U.S. goalkeepers and Zach Steffen and the guy that went to Arsenal? Is that the idea?
Yeah. We kind of started talking. Then he asked me when did I start supporting Tottenham. It's been a while. Yeah, it would have had to have been the 2012, 2013 because it was when Clint Dempsey went there. So I guess I did miss Redknapp. Maybe I just don't remember. Maybe I just caught at the end. But like I said, I was in Korea at the time, so it was very, very rarely that I actually got to watch a match live because most of the games are on at 2, 3 a.m. My stepdad's a Tottenham fan, so yeah. He would tell me messages, and then when Son signed, 14-15 season is really when I started watching because at that point in time, then obviously all of the Korean games, all of the Tottenham games were on in Korea. So I didn't come back to the States until 2015. So. And then I guess you could say 17, 18 is when I became like super fan, like spending a bunch of money watching every single match.
Son signed in
all
15, 16,
competitions.
right?
Huh?
Son signed in 15, 16, right?
14, 15, I think, right? 15, 16.
Are you sure? 15, 16.
I don't know, man. I'd have to look
Pochettino's
at the
second
numbers.
full season.
I'd have to look at the numbers. To be honest with you, my memory's not that great.
Pochettino's first season.
I remember when I was living in Korea that my stepdad texted me and told me that that they just signed a Korean player. So, like I didn't come to the United States until maybe about halfway in between.
You were in university or what in South Korea?
No, I was just living there, man, working.
Oh, so how did you get the job there?
My wife's Korean. I was I got a green card there.
Okay, Korean American, right? Like that?
No, like Korean.
Okay, so she came to America for studies.
No, I went to Korea for military. That's how we met.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
I lived in Korea for
nice.
13
United
years, from
States
2003 to 2015. There was 1 year that I came back.
Against North Korean aggression, right? So, regarding those things?
I mean, that's the reason that I was stationed there originally, yeah.
Wow.
But I got out of the military in 2006. So after I got out, I came back for a year.
South Korean Navy SEALs, they take training from U.S. Armed Forces, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
South Korean Navy SEALs, they take training from U.S. Armed Forces, knife combats and everything, isn't it?
I mean, they have exercises there every year, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, exactly. Nice. Perfect.
But yeah, so like I got into football. So when actually going to Korea has really kind of got me into football. So I got there in Korea in 2003.
So did you retire recently from the military?
No, I got out in 2006.
Okay. Wow. So you okay? Nice.
Yeah.
So since then, how have you been earning money? Some part-time jobs? Or
No,
pension?
I own a company.
Oh, nice.
Very busy man is Will.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I do. I work in the fishing tackle industry and I design fishing tackle equipment. So that's what I did. I worked for a company, an American company in Korea for 5 years.
I was going to say, if
4 years.
If a part-time company buys you all those toys, I need that part-time job.
Yeah,
But
me
if
too.
a part-time job gets you all those toys, I want it.
I need a part-time job. Gas prices are getting too expensive here.
Oh, brother.
But
They're no better in Canada, I tell you.
But yeah, no, my football story, I played obviously as a kid. Most Americans do. Every American does. for the most part at some point in time. But I didn't really get big into it until I went to Korea. So in 2002, the World Cup was in Korea, obviously. I went to Korea in 2003, and so the kind of hype around that. And anyway, so I made a lot of Korean friends, and a lot of my Korean friends, we used to go and play Winning 11, which is like FIFA, but it's the Asian name for it, right? Or the Korean market name for it. And so we used to go to game PC bongs or game bongs, which are like these rooms where you go and you play PlayStation. They had PS4 bongs or whatever. And we used to play that game, Winning 11. So that got me into it. And then when the 2006 World Cup came along, I had just gotten out of the military, but I was living in Nashville at the time.
Have you met Rob O'Neill?
I have not met Rob O'Neill.
You have not, right? Okay.
No.
He's a very famous guy, bro. Like, comes regularly on different podcasts. I like him a lot. Speaks really well. Can't lie.
Never even heard of him. Have no idea who he is.
Really?
Yeah.
He was a SEAL, actually, retired SEAL.
I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
And then so 2006 was kind of like my first World Cup that I actually got to watch live. And then that one, obviously in Germany, I watched it with all my Korean friends or whatever. And, we had, Tae, Han, Gook, boo, 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 boo. And then, all the little clappers and noisemakers and all that stuff. So that was really good fun. So that kind of cultural experience really got me into it. And then I went back to Korea in 2007. Ended up getting married then. And then the 2010 World Cup, I was living in Korea at the time. And we went to Munhak Gyeonggijang and watched the World Cup. So I think they do a similar thing in England, but in the stadiums in Korea during the World Cup, they'll kind of open the stadiums up, and on the big screen, they'll let everybody watch the game in kind of like the stadium atmosphere. I don't know if people do that in the UK or not, but that's what we did. And so then my son was 3 years old then too, and he started playing around. So after the 2010 World Cup, I watched every single match there in Korea. Knew that my dad was a Tottenham fan, but again, at that time, the only thing that really did it. So Clint Dempsey was kind of like the big guy for the U.S. at that time,
Tim
right?
Howard as well. Tim Howard, Brad Friedel.
Yeah, Friedel. So
Friedel played for Tottenham.
So did Clint Dempsey, right? And so Clint Dempsey was kind of the first reason why I watched Tottenham. But you gotta understand, at that time, I was a very casual fan, right? Like I wasn't like super serious.
You could have become Fulham supporter as well, bro. Thank God you watched him playing for Tottenham. Otherwise, you would be watching Championship, bro. It's not me.
Yeah, I mean, I followed all. I still do. I still follow all the USMNT guys wherever they're playing, wherever the big names are playing across Europe. I watch.
Dempsey
McKinney.
was a good player, man. Good player.
Huh? Yeah, Dempsey was a good player.
Yeah.
And Fulham was in the Premier League a lot of the times when Dempsey was there too. Not
that
just the
time they weren't. Martin Yule was their manager, ex-Spurs manager.
Yeah.
You remember?
But then we
Roy Hodgson as well.
So then when we went to Tottenham, that's really when I started watching him.
Old Trafford 3-2. Do you remember? He scored.
Yeah, Bruno.
Yeah, 3-2 exactly.
Yeah, Tim Howard at the time too. That was playing in other places in the Premier League, right? So, but
Bro,
like I said,
I'm going right.
Yeah, like I said, in Korea, the Premier League games are on, between like maybe the early match in the day is on at 8 p.m. But most of the matches are 1, 2, 3 p.m. Or 3 a.m. It's in the middle of the night. And at that time, there was no real, Manchester United that was playing there a lot. You had Park Ji-sung was the Korean hero at that time. Son Heung-min, he had made a name for himself a little bit, but wasn't a big star or anything like that. And then when I came back to the United States in 2015, right around, I guess it had to have been around the same time that he came. But I remember my stepdad, I could have swore I was in Korea though when he did. Maybe I came back in 2016. I don't remember.
It gets harder as you get older, Will. This whole remembering lark.
Well, pinning down a date to a date, I'll have to remember. Mom, if you're in the chat, when did I come back from Korea? 2015 or 2016? I think it might have been December of 2015. Maybe that's what it was. It might have been December of 2015.
Right. All I know is once you got into it, you got into it.
Well, yeah. I mean, once Son started playing for Tottenham, a lot of the Tottenham games started airing in Korea. Before, it was like very rarely. You might see one. You might catch one once in a blue moon, right? Like it was only like if Tottenham was playing United or if Tottenham was playing, City or, like those are the only times you could even really see them at that time. It wasn't like because Manchester United was the big thing, right? Everybody in Korea was a Manchester United fan. And then when Son came or whatever, that all changed and it was Tottenham. And so then I was a Tottenham fan. So then when my son started playing football in 17-18 season, 16-17 season, I remember telling my mom, it's like, who does Nick support again? And she was like, Tottenham. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And because I wasn't even sure because my sister is also married to a Brit and he's a Manchester United fan. So that's really when I started watching like everything, every competition, every match, everything. So that's my Spurs story.
Luckily, you missed most of the 90s.
Missed all the 90s, man.
Lucky thing. You
Missed all
miss
the 90s.
most of that.
Yeah. I missed most of the Redknapp era. I could have swore though. I remember Redknapp being there, so it had to have been by happenstance. Definitely during the Gareth Bale era. I know I watched this last season for sure. I mean, because that was the same year that Clint Dempsey played there, right? So, but yeah. But we are at the time. We're gonna do the giveaway. You guys ready to do the giveaway?
Let's go.
Folks in the chat, last chance. If you want to enter into the giveaway, I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes to put in the code #rants2k. And then we're going to hit that button that says draw. Only 34 people have entered into the drawing. Remember, #rants2k. Put it into the chat. And we will do that. Hey, Will, missed what you're giving as prizes. UEFA Championship is about to come on. England, Australia. Opening match, 75,000 packed attendance at Old Trafford. That's a lot of people for a women's Euros.
Actually, that's a packed house.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's a lot of people. I don't support women's Euros because I'm not British, and the CONCACAF Women's Championship is going on right now. Canada won. Scott?
Yeah, I watched the game. 6-0 should have been about 10-0 at least, but at least we win.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. Like our Canadian team, our women's team is actually quite competitive. Hasn't won as much as the U.S. women's team, but they are one of the top, I think, five, maybe a little bit lower than that, teams in the world. So I watched the game. I like to support them. Like you said, I don't know anything about the European Women's Championships, but also I'll watch the CONCACAF when they're on.
Yeah, I watch the CONCACAF ones, especially being on YouTube and stuff like that. They're easy to watch. If people don't know, go subscribe to CONCACAF on YouTube, and a lot of their matches, like the U20s and all that stuff, they'll show live on YouTube for free. So that's kind of cool. But the US ones usually are on FS1 or something like that, some stuff like that here. But all right, you've got 30 more seconds to put in hashtag rants 2K before I hit the button that says draw and we select a winner. 30 more seconds. And now I'm gonna have to pause for 10 seconds because of the delay. But yeah, you've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hashtag rants 2K. All right, and I'm gonna wait 10 seconds to get everybody to get their last place. Do 41 people. 500 people have watched the stream in total. And yeah, I think you did it right. Not rants 24. Hashtag rants 2K. People are still entering. The numbers keep going up. All right. I'm hitting the draw button now. If you've entered in too late, I'm sorry. All caps, rants 2K. Last chance. Here we go. Badoop. You gotta be kidding me. You kidding me. That is nuts.
Congrats, Stel.
That is nuts. Congratulations, Stelios. You are the winner of a brand new FaceCam.
I didn't win it. Otherwise, they'd be seeing my face.
Yeah, so Stel is the winner.
Well done, Stel.
That's hilarious. Stelios is the winner. It's not rigged. I swear. It's not rigged. There's no way I can rig this. It's not possible. So this is owned and run by StreamYard itself, so people can see here. And it's a random drawing. I hit the button. Everybody who types that stuff in, that's what it is. Stel won, fair and square. So I'll be sending that to Stel. And don't worry, we'll be doing more giveaways like this too. I think I'm going to start doing one of these once a month. So just a giveaway on a random show. Press it again. I will press it again just to prove it to you. Okay, ready? This doesn't count because I only got one of them, right? So I'm not sending out two. But just so you know it's random, we'll click draw again. Right? You can see all the people that entered it in there. And the winner would have been Saw89. See? Completely random. I got nothing to do with it.
Just keep going.
He won twice.
Well, there you go.
Draw again. Nothing I can do. Razil Peas. So Stelios Tritos is the winner. But Kim Hong would have been a winner too. But don't worry, we'll be doing this. But Stel got to pick twice. You got to give it to him now. But we'll remove that from now. Don't worry, we will be doing giveaways, more giveaways like this too. And I'll be giving out different stuff. Comment down below if there's a specific thing. If you like this one, it's not a huge amount of money, $165. That's good. Maybe, or I give a microphone away. On the next one, we'll go with the Elgato Wave mic, not mine, but a brand new one. This is just an empty box. But I could give mics away. Whatever you guys think. So, Stel, you got to DM me on WhatsApp, and I will send you the camera via Amazon. So, make sure you do that.
I couldn't think of anyone more deserving than you, Stel. Well, actually, I could. About 53 other people. But still, you won it, bud. So good on you.
45. There was
45 other people.
45 entries.
Well played, sir.
I look forward to the high quality videos we'll have Estelle trying to make tea or soup at 3 o'clock.
Well,
in the morning
it
on
don't
the
matter.
late night rant shows.
What you'll get is high quality stills because his internet's crap. So it'll
Does he
lag
need-
out, but,
That's right, yeah, I know.
but it'll be a. Yes, Stel, you do, actually.
CQ is highly suspect. No, look, it is, he wants to thank his mom, dad, Jesus, everybody in Vandervaart. Look, 100% not rigged. 100% not rigged. So you can head to StreamYard.com/giveaway and you can see the process for yourself. I just picked the code. That's all I picked. It's impossible for me to pick the person.
It's not rigged because there's no way you'd have picked Stel.
No way I definitely wouldn't have picked Stel.
Right.
Steak.
I like to think if it was rigged, Jason and I would have won for coming on and being there for the show. But
Well, that's the only reason I come on. I thought I'd get more of the cards, but apparently.
But hey, maybe it'll help get Stel back on the shows, right? He'll have something to come on. So good for you guys. I'll be sending this to Stel, and in the post. So Stel, send me your address, DM, WhatsApp, and I'm going to send it to Stel because that's the only way. That's fair. Everybody entered. Everybody had fair choice entered.
I can tell you his address. It's 231 16 Crescent, Nova Scotia, Canada.
But yeah, we'll be doing that. But other than that, we've got about 15 minutes left on this show, and then I'm going to be going over to Henry Rice TV. And don't stay here in the chat. Just stay watching because as soon as this stream ends, it'll automatically kick you into Henry's show. If you have autoplay turned on your YouTube, which I don't because it's kind of annoying, but if you do have autoplay turned on, it'll automatically send you to Henry's stream. If you don't have auto things, it'll pop up a little banner that says go now and go over, but it's going to be me, Iggy, Sean, Henry over there on that show in about 15 to 20 minutes. So stay tuned. Don't go away. But Mr. Scott, what are your thoughts on the Levy getting involved in the Spence thing?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I think most people know my thoughts on Levy and how much I can't stand the way he gets involved in football decisions. I think with Conte there, we all hoped that he would be removed, but I think they were a little bit crazy to think that he's totally going to remove himself. He just can't help it, I don't think. I think, in my view, if Spence was really who Conte wanted, we'd have him already. It's not an expensive price. Spend $20 million on him. If that's our first choice, right, wingback target, then who cares if we spend $20 million, right? Why are we messing around for $20 million versus $15 million? I mean, I understand if you do that if he's not really a player you want or you think that we're getting somebody else, but if we're bringing him in because he's Conte's choice, then we'd already have paid the money. So, obviously no proof of that, but it's too much smoke around it, right? There's no other reason that I can think of why we're nickel and diming for a guy who, if he is as good as people want, who are kind of defending him, saying Conte wants him. We're not going to nickel and dime. We're going to pay the money, get him in. Conte's going to want to work with him because of his age, right, and lack of experience. Conte is going to want to have as much time as possible to get him into our system. He's not going to want to bring him in August after we've saved £2 million on him, right? He wants him in now. He's going to want to bring him in Korea. He's going to want to put him in games as much as he can. So I think, my hope would be, because I'm big on Spence if he's coming in as our second choice wing back. I think if we bring him in, he's going to be the backup and we're bringing in a quality right wing back. Dumfries, Hadaber. I don't know how do you pronounce his name. The guy at Atalanta. I mean, Hakimi, I think that's not likely. But, we bring in a quality right wing back, and Spence is our backup, and we're developing him. That's fine for me. I actually quite like the thought of that. But I also don't think that that's likely to be happening. I think if we do bring him in, I don't have the faith that we're bringing in somebody else. So I kind of hope that Levy does screw this up, and we move on to the level of right wing back that I think we need if we want to compete at the levels of the cities, of the Liverpools, of just rather than going to the Champions League, getting out of the group stage and being happy to be a participant, but actually making a challenge for that kind of stuff. I think we need better than Spence. So if Levy messes it up, great.
I look, Spence, for me, I think he's got potential to be good. I just don't think that he necessarily has it yet. There's no evidence. There's no reason to believe that he's going to be anything other than what he was last season at Middlesbrough. What are your thoughts, Steak?
Yeah, I think we should bring another right wing back. His stats aren't even that good in the Championship. It's like 4 goal contributions on the wing back area.
Yeah. And over a lot of games. You got to realize they play a lot more games in the Championship than they do in the Premier League, right? They only play something like 45s and get something games like that or something like that. Can't remember.
No, at least he turns up for big games, and yeah, that's it really.
But that's easy to do, right? And Ndombele turned up for big games, right?
Sheffield United.
It's the non-big games that we need people to step up for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see, I guess. But I'm hoping we get him. But I'm like you guys. I'm hoping we buy and someone that's actually got some pedigree.
How long is it until the tour? How long do we have to spend?
What do you mean?
Until
before we leave.
Yeah, before.
Until we leave? I think we leave on the 9th.
Yeah.
The tour start. I think the first match is on the 11th.
So we need players in now.
The first match is on Wednesday the 13th. Sorry. So Wednesday the 13th. So maybe 9th or 11th or something like that. I think they got training on the 11th in Korea. I know that for a fact. I think they might leave on the 9th. Because if they leave UK on the 9th, because of the time difference, I think they end up coming the next day or something like that.
So go until the 11th then, really, to bring in the players.
Well, I mean, if they're leaving on the 9th, they got to be there.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to change anything because you're not training on the airplane.
I mean, they got to get there though.
Yeah.
That's it. Unless they're going to fly themselves there, you know what I mean? But
yeah, that's what I was thinking. They could just bring themselves over to Korea.
And then so we've got Wednesday the 13th scheduled, Wednesday the 16th scheduled, Saturday the 23rd of July against Rangers. And then we've got Saturday the 30th of July against Roma. And then the Premier League begins, baby. Season starts quick.
And we're going to win it.
Yeah, so CQ says they leave on Saturday. That's what he says. They leave on Saturday. But,
and you said 23rd they're playing the Rangers? That's back in Spurs, right?
It's at Rangers.
Oh, Glasgow, that's right. Okay. So they're back.
It's too important a position.
Ibrox Stadium. There's not a single preseason game that's at Tottenham. They play Roma in. We're the home team, but we're playing them in Israel. Ibrox Stadium is where the Rangers match is, and then Seoul World Cup Stadium for the K-League one, which is the first match, and then we play Sevilla at the Suwon World Cup Stadium. Suwon is a fun town, man. I used to party in Suwon all the time. It's a good place. Fun place. A lot of good stuff going on in Suwon. Who do you think the next signing is? Besides Ling Lei and Spence, right? But I think Bremer's coming in.
Yeah.
Is that more of a feeling, or like have you heard some stuff?
Well, I mean, because it's an educated feeling.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because you had Bremer's agent coming to London, right, and meeting.
When was that?
It was a couple weeks ago, about a week ago.
Yeah, too long.
And then you have Paratici being in Italy, right, working on signings. So that obviously means it's not, Gvardiol in Germany. But so you have that as well. And then you have Bremer coming out and saying that he doesn't know where he's going to go but the minimum requirement is Champions League. So we have Champions League. So the only other, I think Chelsea has made some interest into him, but he's kind of like lower down on their list. They're pursuing guys like Koundé and De Ligt. And
if that's the case, and we're sniffing around him, we need to strike before they get knocked back by some of their other interests and turn to him.
100%. So for me, that's who I think the next one will be a Bremer. Which I think is a pretty good back line. Lenglet, Bremer, Romero.
Or I could see Zaniolo if you're using the same
Also, though, that kind of gives us backup in each of those positions as well.
That's right. It definitely is a seeing eye feeling. That is a seeing eye feeling. It's more of an abductive argument, rather.
Yeah, I had thought Bremer looked like he was going to Inter. There's so many ties for him early on going to Inter, which I thought might be a domino for us to then get Stefan de Vrij from Inter, which I thought made a lot of sense just the way with his experience with Conte, with his experience playing at the center of a back three. I kind of like the idea of him. I think Bremer's probably, if not a better player right now, certainly long term, right? He's a guy that if you bring Bremer in, you're set for 5 years. But I do like De Vrij, just the sense of how he plays. Because he's so solid, you know what I mean? He lets Romero go out and be aggressive as he wants. I think he's a solid player there to back him up. Same with Longley, with some of the defensive issues that people are concerned about him. I think that's going to be lessened if you know that you have a solid, reliable player there in the middle. I think that he doesn't have to worry as much, if he does have some of those concerns that they talk about in Barcelona, where he was upset after he made some of those mistakes. I think having a player like that would really help back him up and support him there. But if it now does, I also thought, though, if he was going to Inter, I think that to me would have been wrapped up by now, right? Like they've had lots of chances if that's what they're doing. I think they're bringing that Milinkovic in to replace Skriniar when he goes to PSG. So maybe they're not as interested to bring him in. So if he is an option, he looks like a talented player. And like you said, Bremer, Romero, Longley, that's a definite upgrade. And that's a solid back line going into next year. And Bremer, Romero kind of as the two, not necessarily like young, but, they have five plus more years of probably top level play. That's a solid core to a back line going forward. So I would be very happy if we brought Bremer in.
To answer Adam Phillip, as much as it pains me to say this, because I really don't like Chelsea, yeah, they are a bigger draw than us.
Are they, though?
Yeah, mate. They're a bigger club than us.
Only because money. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter why. They just are. It's just factual. It's just...
Well, and I think, too, for them, too, there's no competition. Whereas, if a Bremer comes in, while I think he'll eventually get there, he will have to win that spot from Dyer, right? It's not going to be a gimme. Whereas right now, Chelsea doesn't have any defenders at all. So whoever they sign is a gimme. It's a starter, right? They don't have any defenders.
It's Chalobah and Thiago.
I mean, so Thiago's the only one that they got, right? And he's 90 years old, isn't he? So, I mean, obviously not
I think
Actually.
too for us, there's still, especially I think, well, even with us, but with everyone in the broader football world, there's still some doubts about how much Levy's going to back Conte, how long Conte's going to be here, right? We may feel like Conte's going to be here, and I know people have talked about him looking for a place where he can kind of build more than he has in the past. But I think if I was a top level footballer, I would have questions whether Conte is going to be here longer than his current contract. So that's why Chelsea, yes, I think now that they have the Abramovich saga over, they have their new owners in here. They're new owners in terms of footballing, but I think they've shown that they are, while not going to be at Roman levels of just pour any money in, I don't think they're also worried that they're going to drop down to mid-level spending or mid-level team. So I do think that that's why Chelsea as well is a little bit more appealing than us, because as much as we love Conte, as much as we have faith in Conte, there still is a lingering doubt about how long that's going to last, how long, if you're going to sign in. Is that a year proposition? Is it a 2-year proposition, or is it even longer than that?
See, I'm going to say this now. I think Conte will be here longer than the year he's got left. That's just my feeling. That's my
I think so too. I agree. I have a similar feeling. I think that Conte is looking for a place to put down roots now.
Well, because he hasn't left every club.
No, he has sacked from most of them. Yeah,
he left his last club for, you know, like, he had his reasons. It wasn't like he threw his toys out of the pram and just left.
Well, I mean, you have to understand the situation of Inter too. Their Chinese owners were blah blah. You know, could no longer invest into the club. They were going to basically have to sell their best talent out. Look, if you're a top manager who wants to do exciting things, the prospect of having to get rid of all of your best players and basically become a mid-table team isn't very attractive. I'd want to leave too. You know, like if my boss called me and said, "Hey, we're downscaling. We're gonna have to cut your salary by 50%." I'm like, "Oh no, see ya."
How long did he stay at Juve?
3 years. He was there 3 full seasons.
Right, and he left there to take, was it the Italian job?
The Italian job,
which is understandable.
Yeah, being Italian. And then, and then he was at Chelsea and he got sacked. So, yeah,
like he didn't quit Chelsea.
Yeah,
right. And if you saw that interview he did after he got sacked, he sure as hell wasn't happy about. Like, he wasn't acting like someone that wanted to leave.
Oh yeah, didn't.
So I don't necessarily buy into that, but either way.
Well, I mean, too, if you think about it, if you look at Pep and Klopp, how long were they at their previous clubs before they stayed where they stayed for as long as they did? Not very long.
Right.
Right. So I think just as managers are young, they tend to move around quite a bit, right? Because they want to build a resume. But then when they get into the twilight years, you know, because look, I can just tell you as me being 42 years old, well, not quite yet, but almost 42 years old. I don't like moving around jobs anymore. When I was a young buck, dude, 2-3 years, I was looking to go somewhere else better, upgrade, do this. Like now I'm old and fat. I just want to just want to relax. You know what I mean?
Steak.
I don't think it's that Conte is going to leave because he wants. My concern is that Levy is going to, much like what happened at
that's the
Inter,
variable.
is that Levy is going to screw it up. I don't think Conte is going to be like, okay, I've been here 2 years, now I want to run away. I think it's like at Inter, I'm sure people thought, well, this is great. He won the league. Like, we have a talented team. He's going to be here forever. But like you said, the owners screwed it up. And my concern is that Levy will piss him off or screw it up. But I agree. I don't think Conte's like looking like, where's my next job? Or I have one foot out the door. I just don't have faith in Levy to not screw it up like it did at Inter, for example.
Historically, you ain't wrong. But so far, it looks like they're pulling their finger out, so we'll see. But like most reasonable Tottenham fans, I'm skeptical. You know what I mean?
And then Elias asks some questions. He says, "Why am I not a moderator?" You're not a moderator because you're not a member. So there's an easy way that you can fix that. 99 cents a month. You can join a membership. The link is now in the chat. Thanks for asking. He also says, Will needs a hair transplant. In my opinion. To be honest with you, do you want my honest opinion on hair transplants? It's a waste of cash.
Also, if you want Will to have a hair transplant, you want to become a top tier member.
That's right. You want to become the
general, afford the hair
so I can afford that hair transplant. I have no look. I wear hats because I like hats. I wear a hat all day, even by myself in the house. I'm not ashamed of my bald head. In fact, I actually have a very good looking head, shape wise. I just like hats. I got tons of them. But this is just my show hat. I leave it here in the studio and I swap it out. But I've got all kinds of hats in here. I'm actually a beanie guy. I prefer beanies, but it's summertime. It's too hot. Too hot for beanies. I prefer beanies. But yeah, I think hair transplants are a waste of time. And in fact, I actually have hair. I have hair right here. It's just thin. If I grow it out,
Sean Deitch.
I'll be honest, mate.
There's
I
there.
think once you've gone to once you've shaved it off,
you just leave it. You just can't do it, man.
once you're used to looking at that, and if that becomes your norm, what's the point in pissing about? You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you what, man. If I let it grow out, I could probably get enough to do. I used to do this when I styled my hair. I used to do a faux hawk, right?
Yeah.
I could probably still grow enough hair to do that. But that intermediary period, I just don't like it, dude. Like even coming back in the day when I was in the military and I used to do a buzz cut and that stuff, going from a buzz cut back to a normal haircut, dude, there's a painful period where you just, it's kind of like going from that period when you're with your beard, you know, when you should. Hey, Ellie, you got a lot of background noise, son.
I know, it's the football. Hold on a minute. Wait 1 second.
Who are you watching?
My husband's just watching the football just because it's women playing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not jealous, don't worry. I just wanted to say Spurs are the best club. And all you guys can do one because you're saying that all the other clubs are better than us because they've got more money. No way.
That's not what we said at all.
You basically said in a roundabout way.
No, bigger, meaning they've won more trophies, right?
No, that doesn't make you bigger.
Sure it does.
No.
That's the definition everybody uses.
It makes you more successful, but the best club is Spurs.
Yes,
We're the best
there's
club,
a difference between best and bigger.
No, I don't class bigger as the best. The best club, we've got very good traditions at Spurs. We won the FA Cup as a non-league club. No other team has ever done that in any country. Right? We're the first team to do the double. First team to win in England, an English team to win something in Europe. That counts for something, guys. That really does. And we were winning the FA Cup 8 times until Arsenal came along and won it 14 times. So
Ellie,
we are a fantastic club, guys.
I understand, and I was born into a Tottenham family. My old man lived down the road from White Hart Lane. I'm Spurs to the core.
Of course, yeah, I understand.
That doesn't dispute the fact that Chelsea are a bigger club.
They're not a bigger club than us. They haven't got the history.
Traditionally, they're not. Oh no, I understand. I used to go to Chelsea when you'd be at the away end.
They bought their success on bad money as well.
100%.
They bought their success.
But factually, they have that success.
Yeah, but a Chelsea club isn't going to
I just don't like Chelsea. I wouldn't give them any credit.
Me and
They're
you
a
both.
Scourge of the earth. That's it. Don't give them any credit.
I'd have been happy if they'd have gone under, but you know.
Yeah, let them go under. I hope they do.
Fans aren't going to acknowledge that argument, though, right? They'll be like, "Where's your trophy?" And that's
But they've never won the FA Cup as a non-league team. That's a miracle in itself. Imagine non-league, non-professional team. It's
I mean, those were back
almost like
in the
if
days,
Villa-
though, when there wasn't that big of a difference between non-league and first league, and you know.
Oh, there was a big difference. There's still a big difference.
And our discussion was more about like appeal to
Pull.
players right now.
Yeah,
and while
player
it's cool
pull.
that we did all that, I don't
They just
think
won
he is
Champions League like what, a year ago? So
Yeah, I don't think he's going to say, "Well, Spurs
Yeah.
won the league."
Well,
as
aren't
a
they the
non-
most
FA
successful
Cup,
club
right?
in the last,
Who?
like, in terms of winning? Aren't
yeah, number of
Chelsea one
trophies in the last 10 years or something like that. Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
most successful.
But you can argue Man City are successful by
That's true.
doing the
Man City.
treble. Yeah. See, there's clubs. We really should put our money where our mouth is because we are a rich club.
We are.
It's just now they're starting to realise
It's
that
telling me
they've
to
got to
run a
invest in
commercial
the
again.
team.
Well, you've got to obey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pushed it. We'll keep going.
Steak.
Sorry, folks out
Can you run
there.
a Spurs commercial?
I wish I could. I wish I could pick the commercial. That'd be great. But literally, I don't. It's weird. It's never done this before. I've been doing this over a year now, and then all of a sudden now it's like it's telling me.
Time
blue
to
bo-
piss off.
Big blue box pops up and says, "Go to commercial." So, commercial.
Time to piss off.
Yeah, tell him to stake off.
Hey, that's what happens when you're not a member and you don't super chat. I gotta push the button. I gotta go to commercial. Daddy gotta get paid. Papa's gotta preach.
Papa's got a breach.
Yeah, I don't care how many times you press it.
We're on the stream. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm on the stream as well, but yeah.
But
They're watching an ad.
watching it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it! I got off a GoDaddy ad.
Where's my baby wipes?
There you go.
I don't know. I think they fell on the floor.
Yeah.
Right,
I've
well,
got to go, guys. Got to
Yeah, I
go.
was going to say, I've got to shoot, but congratulations on the
Take
2
care,
days,
though.
Papa.
Spurs are the
Well
best.
Yeah, 20K. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for all your support
Bye.
over the past year, Ellie. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take it easy, all. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, man. You too. Come on.
Steak.
Thank you. We'll see you guys on Friday.
Well.
And then let's see. Is Henry's now live. So folks, head on over to Henry's channel right now. Don't go anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. The video, when this ends, it'll automatically take you there.
Yeah.
So
Will's
stay
got
tuned.
You locked up in the room.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay here and you'll automatically send you there. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we will see you guys
Stay steaky.
next time.